Boo! To you and you. Welcome to episode 7, the treat part of our Halloween episodes here on the Blue Sky Lounge. I am your ghost host, Tyler Iantkow. In Ratatouille, Gusteau says, good food is like music you can taste and color you can smell. There's excellence all around you. You need only to be aware to stop and savor it. Disney is notorious for making delicious food. From savory steak at Le Cellier in Epcot to sweet cinnamon rolls in the bakery on Main Street. They are also famous for their Instagrammable treats during the not-so-scary Halloween party. This week's guest is Marnie, who loves to bake at home, and believe me, it's delicious. She and I are going to talk about what treats we would like to see in the parks during the Halloween season, and stay tuned for after the Blue Sky session for some of the ideas that you suggested, and we tried. All right, folks. Well, here in the Blue Sky Lounge, we do have Marnie with us. Now, Marnie and I have known each other for quite a while. She used to work with my wife at the Disney store. Marnie, it is my understanding that you've never been to any of the Disney parks.
I've never been able to go, unfortunately.
Okay. Now, even though you haven't been able to visit the Disney parks, you're still a big Disney fan, I'm assuming.
Oh, I am, absolutely. It's my dream to go to the parks, but I've always loved Disney.
What is it about Disney that brought you in? Like, when was that, when did that catalyst for love start for Disney?
It was definitely when I was a kid. It was my escape to, be able to dream. And my first movie I ever saw was Sleeping Beauty. Nice. Hence why Maleficent is one of my favorite characters, because she could turn into a dragon. And you didn't see a lot of female characters being able to do something so interesting.
Yeah. And
that's when I fell in love with Disney.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so give me a brief history about yourself. Like, what you've kind of done in your life so far, and give me a brief history about your Disney background as well.
I haven't accomplished too much in my life. I'm definitely a caregiver. I've cared for my parents for the last couple years. And that's really what my life is all about, is caring for people and making sure that they can live their best possible life.
That's awesome.
My Disney career started 3 years ago, where I did start working for Disney, but my love for Disney has always been a part. It's always been an escape for me to sit down and watch those movies and see those happy endings and see, the change and the growth in these characters over the years. And that's where my true love really has come from Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Disney is one of those things that no matter what I'm doing, I always know I can sit down, escape, and have those memories.
That's awesome. That's very, very cool. Okay, well, you mentioned that Maleficent is your favorite Disney character. So she's obviously a villain. Who's your favorite kind of hero character?
Oh, that is a really tough one. I'm all about the villains. If I have to pick a hero, it would be Moana. She is such a strong, independent, but she also knows when she needs help, she gets that help. She does what she needs to do, but she's so strong and independent, and she knows to look beyond what you're told to see what's truly out there, and that's what I do love about her.
Awesome. That's a good one. All right. So this is our Halloween treat episode, and you've been baking for quite a while in your life. What's your favorite thing to bake?
Ooh, my favorite thing to bake is bread. Anything bread related, okay. I eat a lot of bread. Right. I even actually just made pretzels today. So yeah, I made pretzel buns actually. Yeah.
Love pretzel buns. Can't go wrong.
I know, they're so good.
And how long have you been baking for?
All my life. Ever since I was about 4 or 5 years old. All of my families are chefs.
Yeah.
So I've been baking forever.
Perfect. Okay, so I asked you to come up because you don't have kind of that parks experience, which is completely fine because, there's a whole bunch of other things that Imagineers can come up with. We thought that it'd be fun to come up with Disney treats that you would like to find in the park. So what kind of Disney treats did you come up with?
Well, one of the ones I came up with was a Maleficent one, of course.
Of course.
It was a Maleficent Key Lime Pie with a chocolate crust, whipped cream, and then a chocolate Maleficent horns on top.
Okay.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So good. My brother ate 3 of them. So that's how I know it's good. If he eats them, I've nailed it. And
right.
they like, it was so fancy and so cute, and that just it was fun to make too.
That's awesome. Very cool. What's next?
The other one I made were I originally was gonna make Coco cookies, but those turned out to be a disaster. The long story, but they melted in the oven and they became just one big old Don't know what happened there, but that was a baking fail. So I instead made some cocoa chocolates.
Okay.
So I made turquoise shelled chocolates, and then they're filled with a cinnamon, caramel, marshmallows, and graham crackers, almost like a s'more. And then the cinnamon was just to give it a little kick of something different.
Yummy.
And they are amazing.
Nice.
And then the third thing I made was an Ursula cake, which I was able to save with a little bit of whipped cream and a little bit of magic. And that one was absolutely amazing as well. Nice.
So what inspired you to go with Maleficent, Ursula, and Coco?
Maleficent is pretty obvious. I'm a big fan of her, so anything to do with her, I was more than happy to try. There's so many ideas I have for her, but that was one I just really wanted to try something different. With Coco, it's just that movie is just so heartwarming and beautiful, and I love the journey and how it goes into, remembering and respecting the dead. So that was the reason I chose Coco. And then for Ursula, she is just probably one of the best, just diva villains out there. She's got such a sass and a style to her that I had to try something Ursula related.
That's awesome. It's funny because one of our viewers suggested doing something from Coco as well. So I'm glad that you managed to do something from Coco. So that's awesome. Cool. Now, is there anything else that you happen to make or thought of?
There was something else I thought of, but I didn't actually get a chance to make it. Okay. I'm going to actually try and make it tonight to see if I can sneak in some photos in there.
Okay.
And that is a chocolate Oasis tart.
Okay.
It's inspired actually by Jafar. So it's actually going to be in the colors of, Jafar likes to wear, and kind of that
red and black
stylized villain.
Yeah.
And it's got some cinnamon and nutmeg in it, and it's just kind of got a little bit of a kick to it as well, to kind of bring in that spicy Jafar style, I guess.
That's awesome. That sounds great. Yeah. So before you mentioned there was an Ursula cake that you said you were able to save, so that means that something went wrong with it. What went wrong with it?
The fondant. I messed up the fondant. I'm new to fondant making, so I added too much powdered sugar, so it became a little bit dry and brittle, and it cracks really easily when it gets dry.
Okay.
So with a little bit of water and a little bit of patience, I was able to kind of rescue one side of the cake.
That's good.
And then, of course, whipped cream fixes almost anything. So anytime you can use whipped cream to fix something, I will do it. And so I was able to rescue it. It's not perfect. It's my first attempt at making a fondant cake, and I think it turned out okay.
That's good.
Okay, yeah, it's okay.
The great thing is, even whether you're new to baking or whatever, even Imagineers have fails, right? So the fact that you were able to bring it back is awesome. I think that's great.
It's the only way you learn. You have to make mistakes to make progress.
Yeah. Very cool.
And I am good at making bacon mistakes, let me tell you.
You and me both. Awesome. My family and I yesterday made some brownies that we're going to decorate into the spell book from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, those are going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to decorate those, I think, either tonight or tomorrow. So
that's going to be so much fun. Anything anything Hocus Pocus is always
Right?
going to be just amazing because it's Hocus Pocus.
I love how the movie is having this big resurgence right now. So
I know, and like just so much stuff is going on, and you can't help but love the Sanderson sisters. Like they are absolutely who we want to kind of be sometimes.
want to be like that little like.
Yeah, like they've got such style and sass, and they're just they're bad, but they're so bad they're good,
right?
Type thing. Like they're amazing.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, Marnie, for joining us here at the Blue Sky Lounge. We really appreciate it. And thank you for coming up with those delicious treats. And hopefully I get to taste them soon.
You will. I actually have some stuff for you guys in the freezer just because I wasn't feeling good and wasn't able to see you guys this week.
Yeah.
So I have some treats saved for you guys.
So excited.
I know they're like, I hope you guys like cookies because I make the best chocolate chip cookies. And some vegan cupcakes, which I know you're going to love.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I had a great time, and thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks again, Marnie. This week, you guys submitted so many great ideas. Edward suggested pretzels with a twist. So we combined sweet and salty and made poisoned apple pretzels. Find the recipe on our website if you want to try. Tara says that her family loves anything Nightmare Before Christmas, so we found these super simple Jack Skellington marshmallow pops. If baking seems like a nightmare, or you need something fast and fun for the kids' lunchboxes. Lauren suggested Hocus Pocus spellbook brownies, so we made them. They're super gooey and not overly sweet. They're definitely put a spell on us. Now don't wait 300 years to try them. The recipe is on our website, and be sure to share pictures with us and we'll make sure to post them. And Natalie said that for Halloween this year, she's making a Coco Day of the Dead cake, and that she wants to see more Day of the Dead themed treats like sugar cookies in the parks. Now Natalie, when that cake is made, make sure to share a picture with us and we will make sure to post it. We also found this idea for Ursula Tentacle pretzel sticks, which were easy enough for our kids to make. We love baking together, but sometimes it can get a bit chaotic. So this was a simple recipe for our poor unfortunate souls. And in case your palate is a bit more savory than sweet, try out these Mickey pumpkin quesadillas. Great for a pre-trick-or-treating snack. And that's a wrap for this week's show. All of those ideas were super sweet. Join Natalie and I next week for our Halloween Villains episode. How would you like to see the villains more incorporated into the parks? And get your thinking caps on for our show in 2 weeks when we talk about Christmas turnover. What would you put a Christmas overlay on? Now, if you have any ideas on today's or a future episode, make sure to leave a comment down below or email me at theblueskylounge@gmail.com. We're also on most social media platforms by searching the Blue Sky Lounge, and make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Now please note that this podcast is not affiliated with Disney in any way. This is a fan-run show with fan ideas and art that is in no true representation of what may happen in the future with Disney. Now thank you so much for taking the time out of your week to join me here at the Blue Sky Lounge, and remember to think, dream, believe, and dare yourself to use your imagination. Who knows what kind of blue sky thinking you can do from your armchair. Thanks. Come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Pretty ghosts come out to socialize.